What's going on, guys? I tried recording this like 3 times, and every single time the file never actually rendered correctly, so hopefully this will render correctly today. But thank you for clicking on the video, giving me a chance, or if you're a new subscriber, I guess, thanks for coming back. Thank you. Today I just wanted to talk about this crippling fear of judgment that I've always had my entire life. And I don't know, this fear of judgment, it causing me to just be so self-conscious about myself, like no matter what I do. I'm always self-conscious about no matter what. It's just any feature about myself, just how, the way that I talk, the way that I look, the way that I, even the way sometimes that I walk. Because I've heard people, okay, I've heard some people, like I've overheard some people talking about how some people walk too fast, some people talk too fast to get to class or something. Is that even something to judge someone for? That's like the stupidest thing ever. But still, myself in the past, I was still super self-conscious about that because I didn't want to be a laughing stock, man. If you watch my fitting in video, you probably know that being like a laughing stock of a big audience is just the, I guess my biggest fear, one of my biggest fears in life, because I really don't want to be made fun of, and that would be awful to be made fun of from just walking. It would be so stupid. So I was always super self-conscious about that too. And I've always even the way I look, like if I look super intimidating, if I look super cool, if I look super weird, or my feet were angled the wrong way while walking, I'd always I'd always second guess myself and always criticize myself for not being, I guess, cool and or oh no, not aura, bro. That's so stupid. But I'd always criticize myself for not being good enough, I guess, in the eyes of other people. I always wanted myself to look the best in the eyes of other people. So I did stupid things. I tried to fit in so bad with other people. Like followed trends. I watched TV shows that were popular, I guess, that I didn't even enjoy that much. And I've already mentioned all this in the fitting in video, but basically all the stuff that the cool people were doing, I was trying to replicate just to be accepted by the general public because I was so scared that my weird personality and my niche interests would be shunned by everyone else. All the people that I knew, all the people that I was going to meet. Because, oh, also, one of the things that scared me the most, I guess, were first impressions. Because for all my life, I've just been taught that first impressions are the most important thing that you would make. Um, First impressions are very important. If you mess it up, you might be screwed. You might have screwed yourself. And this mentality kind of, it made me always try to be perfect in the eyes of others because I didn't want to leave anyone with a bad taste of me, I guess. I didn't want to leave, I didn't want to make people, um, shoot, so how do I describe this? I just didn't want to make people hate me for any stupid reasons. So I always try to appear perfect. That was the original idea for this video, just appearing perfect in the eyes of people, just to not be judged, I guess. But that really never worked out, because there's no one thing that you could do that appeals to everyone. So that video was kind of useless and scrapped. I couldn't find anything to talk about in that one, like about that topic either. I maybe had like 4 minutes of me talking. So yeah, that was scrapped to the wayside. I decided on the larger theme of judgment just because I feel like it's a thing that a lot of people can relate with, and I've had a lot more experiences with it in my life. The stupid fear of judgment also just like my interests, it kind of dragged me away from them simply because what would other people think of me? What would other people think of these stupid? What would other people think of me when I was doing this or something like that? So I played 7 sports, maybe even more. I can't recall, but I think I played like around 7 sports, 6 or 7 sports in my life, and I've quit all of them. I no longer do any of them anymore because of what other people thought of me. So specifically basketball, that's the big one I want to highlight because I think basketball was really where my fear of judgment started to grow and grow, and just my anxiety just started to grow even more because in basketball, I mean, when I was starting out playing basketball, I was pretty good compared to my peers. I was very good, but when I started doing competitive stuff and like joining teams and stuff like that, um, I realized how not very good I was in the eyes of others. Basketball originally started as just a way, as just being forced by my parents, but I mean, oh my God, why am I lagging so bad? But in those elementary school days, I started to like it a lot because I mean, I was good at it and I was a lot better than a lot of people. But when it came to competitive basketball, when I was on teams and stuff like that, I was um pretty awful, I'd say. I was not very good at playing the sport. So whenever I was playing, since I was so much like worse compared to everyone else, I'll be a laughing stock, for basically almost the whole team, or whenever I was at practice, because I wasn't very good compared to everyone else, and because everyone else was so good, they would constantly make jokes or tease me about how I needed to get better, and I was holding the team back, and we could have had so many more points. We could have won that game if you were just better at the game, and instead of actually being a point where I wanted like motivation for me to improve, it didn't become it really didn't become that. It became more of a demotivator, a signal that I should just not show my face anymore. That's what the signal kind of felt like. It didn't feel like, yo, to improve you need to do this. Felt more like you're stupid, so get off the damn team. You suck. And it really I really hated that feeling. It just made me not want to show up to any practices anymore because all I knew that I would just constantly be made fun of again, and I was really not helping the team out in any way, which eventually made me quit. That mentality made me quit because I didn't want to practice anymore because even in, like outside basketball courts, um, there would be people I knew, and the people I knew, I didn't want to show them that I was like garbage at basketball, even though my parents forced me into this I guess extracurricular. So I didn't want to show people I was bad. I like telling people I played basketball, but I didn't like people telling people that I was like garbage at it and I wanted to improve. So yeah, that kind of just led me to quit and isolate myself really. Because I would rather just not let people see how bad I was. I'd rather have that than people judging me for trying to improve. It's it was bad because this was my idea for every other sport that I played as well. Stuff like hockey, soccer, what else did I do? I'm trying to remember. Track. I would always like even though it didn't seem like they were judging me. I mean, no. I mean, even though they weren't judging me directly or watching me directly, it always felt like the glares I would get or the I don't know, just the looks I would get kind of felt directed towards me. And I always took that as a you suck at this and you should quit right now, which probably wasn't the signal. It was probably maybe just like a friendly signal or something like that, but I always took it like that. It was also annoying because I always felt so self-centered with this type of stuff. Like I was always the center of attention, like I was always the worst, and I became a little self-centered because of that. But it just made me really not want to do it anymore. Like no sports as a whole, I just never wanted to do because I would always constantly be worried about how other people would think of me and my performance. And I didn't want to stress myself over that because I was already stressing myself over that like while I was playing basketball, and that really did not help my performance. Because I was nervous all the time. I was super stressed, and I could never shoot correctly. I could never play correctly. I couldn't execute plays, and that just made me even worse in the eyes of other people. It made me seem really, it made me seem like I didn't care at all, and I know these people cared a lot about that sport, and I was kind of ruining it for everyone, so I guess it was better for me just to leave, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It was better as a whole for me to just depart and leave. Anyways, yeah, that was basically just, that was a major driver for why I quit sports as a whole. Because I do not want to look bad. Especially when, people at school would come watch me. They would watch me put on a terrible performance, and they'll be like, "Yo, why were you so bad in that game? What were you doing that game? You're trash. Quit the sport." And that definitely did not help me. That did not help me, because just being judged like that just really demotivated me. It wasn't constructive at all. It was just like you suck and get off the team. Even if they kept that to themselves, it would have been I would have felt a little better. even though I knew they knew I sucked. Just telling that to my face really just, it really, really hurt me in a way that just made me never want to play again, I guess. I didn't want to ever play because what was the point of playing if all that was gonna happen is just getting laughed at? If I would just be constantly getting laughed at or constantly getting picked on because I was too bad at the game and they wouldn't give me room to improve. Like, why would I do that? Why would I ever go back? So that's why I honestly quit. I think I lied to a lot of people about that because I never wanted to actually speak the truth and why I really quit these sports because it's just embarrassing. It's just it's really embarrassing. That's also a reason I also a point of judgment that I wanted to avoid. It's just embarrassing and it seems just such a like a petty reason. Like why would it's just such a self-centered reason that people would probably just tell me that I should keep going. I should have kept going. Why did you quit while you were ahead? Like you could have been great. But to be honest, it was probably better for me, dude. My mental health was so bad when I played that sport. I never felt like I was enough playing it. And yeah, that's basically my story about that and how it really, really sucked. I really lost all my skills. I tried playing again. I lost all my skills, bro. Like I'm not. I can't go back. I literally can't go back. My dad was very, very, very disappointed when when I truly decided I wanted to quit, because I kind of became a bum after all that time. But I sparing that all that ju other judgment was probably for the best. I mean there was that also, and trying other sports just didn't feel very good because everyone was already good at the sport and I was garbage, especially at like a high school level. If you're garbage, like why would I even try? Why should I even try for that if I was already garbage? Okay, I've filled this out. I don't know where I'm going with this house. I know I want to make this the final floor, but here, I'm just gonna put in the spruce while I'm at it. A lot of spruce. This is gonna be a lot of wood, by the way. I think I'm gonna have to chop down the whole forest for the village that I'm making, because there's just so much. There's just so much wood that I need for these builds. It's insane. It's like all wood. I feel like that's all there is in these versions, just wood. And all the other stuff is super hard to get, because it's not a later version of Minecraft. So wood is probably my best bet. I wish there was deep slate. Deep slate looks so good. Deep slate is probably might be Deep Slate is honestly top 3 block they've ever added to the game. It just looks so good, especially for like medieval type houses. They look so unbelievably good. It's insane. It looks so good, especially with this I mean not the dark oak and the spruce combined. Oh my, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I wish I could use it here, but all I have is cobblestone. So, it's fine. It's all right. Still build the house. Sorry for the oh my god. I got super off topic. Holy. But okay, that was it for my sports story. Um I was also just super afraid of criticism, especially in school during my like presentations and stuff used to like it used to absolutely terrify me. It still sometimes does cuz I'm afraid not well actually no, cuz I was socially anxious as well, but one of the major factors for my fear was just that I didn't want people to see my work. Maybe people would think my work was too bad or it wasn't good enough for other people. That was the biggest driver, just not being good enough to other people. And the people I knew in these classes were like hella smart too, so I would always just be wondering if they liked the stuff that I made or if I did a good job, especially the teacher. I don't want to get them judging in private is fine, but to the whole class is like maybe I didn't put enough effort compared to these guys. It made me feel better. This might seem like this might seem like an asshole thing to say, but it makes me feel better that there's people around me that are worse, I guess, than people that are better than me. Because at least then I have oh my god. At least then I have a reason to be okay with being mediocre. Because everyone else was mediocre. If people around me are always perfect and good, then I always have to uphold those expectations, which sometimes I can't do, which I'm unable to do. And when I'm unable to uphold those expectations, I feel like garbage because I'm always Because then I feel like a laughing stock, or I feel out of place compared to everyone else, which I never want. I do not want. I fear that. I haven't tried it. When did I get this? I don't remember. But yeah, I just feel so. Always feel so out of place whenever I'm not like other people. I hate that feeling of just being out of place. That's like, it's the worst, man. It's the worst. Because then nobody really accepts you or nobody really likes you for who you are. It's just because you're not like them, in a sense. You're not like them, so why would they want to be friends with you if you can't relate to anything they do, or if you're not funny enough, I guess, to be in a crowd of good friends. Which really, it made me sad, because, wait, where's that one log that I mined? Um, yeah. Going back to the presentations, let's always talk super fast to get them over with, because I didn't want people seeing my work, um, all the time. I didn't want people to see what I was making, see what I made. Sometimes if I made something good, I would talk slower just to get people to embrace it and reap the benefits of my validation, I guess. And I would feel good after that. But usually I never felt good because I felt like I could have either presented better or I could have talked better and seemed more professional, or the presentation itself could have been better. I could have added more information, or I could have added more presentation or more analysis or something like that compared to other people, especially. It does make, which is why I feel better when people beside me are more like worse than I am. Bed is too far away. What? It's nighttime. Can I throw this? I can throw this, right? I can pick it up too. Yes. Oh my god, that took like so much durability. I'm never doing that again. I'm never ever doing that again. Oh my god. I'm also really bad at taking criticism. Even teacher criticism I'm bad at taking. Cause I don't know. To my brain it feels like hate. I don't know why it feels like hate, but it just my brain negative emotions just are way stronger than even a few positive ones. One negative comment just outweighs all the like the 10 positive ones that I get, and it's very demotivating to know that someone doesn't like me. Once again, going back to the people pleaser thing that I said before, um, I wanted to be validated in the eyes of everyone. So even if there's one person that criticizes me for something that I did, it still kind of hurts because that just means I'm not the most appealing that I could be, I guess, and I'm not perfect, which is why sometimes I'm very sad, even though a bunch of people even though a bunch of people are with me or praising me or something like that. So with that one hate comment or that one criticism makes me feel like I'm definitely not doing as good as I could, or I could maybe the other people's positive comments are just glaze and I'm not actually as good as they say I am. And it makes me second guess myself so often, which is really annoying, especially that overthinking because because even when something bad happens, I constantly overthink, thinking that I did something bad or I needed to do this better. It's so annoying because a lot of the time my overthinking is wrong, but I can't do anything except dwell on that negative comment about me for ages and ages and ages, which is a big reason why isolation feels so good to me sometimes, is because it's a corner where you you don't have to fear getting judged at all, bro, please. You don't have to fear getting judged at all when you're in that corner, within that little isolation spot where you're at, or in your room. You don't have to fear anyone judging you or judging or getting mad at anything you do because it's all you. It's all you. The only enemy is you, unfortunately. And I've antagonized my own mind so much. My mind has been my main antagonist so much. And it's just the fact that sometimes people are sometimes good at giving criticism. A lot of the time people are good at giving criticism, but sometimes people are just like overly blunt and mean about the criticisms, or I guess the things they hate about you. They don't take it in a constructive way, like, oh, maybe your hair, like, oh, maybe you should do this with your hair. No, they tell you straight up, your hair looks stupid, and you should just cut it all off and stuff like that, which is even more demotivating than just telling people straight up. Going back to the sports thing, just telling people that you're terrible straight to your face doesn't make them feel any better. at all. It doesn't make them feel good at all. It just makes them super demotivated. It demotivates them, and it just makes them feel like they're never gonna be enough. Like they shouldn't even try, which is a big reason why I don't like giving out like criticism and stuff like that because I don't want them to hate. I don't want people to hate me, or I don't want people to give up. I want people to keep going. But sometimes criticism, when it's told the wrong way, can really have an impact on someone. I know this firsthand because essays, um, there have been a few mean comments about my writing style, I guess. Just straight up like blunt comments. It's not, it's very, it's crushing. It's just crushing that something is just straight up bad. Sometimes, okay, sometimes you need to tell them if it's genuinely garbage, if it's genuinely like you need to change. I mean, okay, no, I'm not contradicting myself here. Again, I always do this, bro. I always do this. But when you tell someone that your stuff is straight up garbage, they're not gonna want to work on any. They don't want to. Sometimes it could be a motivator, but for a lot of people like me, it just does not help at all. It makes things worse. It makes things worse overall because they don't want to. Because it's just like they don't want to keep working on something if people know that if they know that people think it's garbage, they don't want to. They're not gonna want to work on it anymore. Because why would they even try on something that people hate to begin with? It's unfortunately the mindset that a lot of people have. And even if people are rude to me in a way, um, if people make fun of me in a way, I don't want to stand up because maybe people make fun of me for like trying to be brave, unfortunately, and it just comes out of the shitty cry for help instead of actually like fighting back against my fears and stuff like that. It just seems to them like it just seems to them like a mouse is talking back to the lion or something like that. Oh my God, that was like a that was a really stupid example. And it's this control that other people have over me, over my mind that I absolutely hate, or other people's minds that control mine. It's just the way that I'm always second guessing myself because I want people to like me, which is unfortunately never going to work because one personality is unable, it's not going to be able to please every single person on the planet. That's just not possible, unfortunately. If it was, I would totally try to do that, but no, it's not possible. One personality fits with a select group of people, and you just have to find those people in order to, I guess, improve your situation, is what I've learned for myself. Wait, um, do I need a shovel? What did I need from this place? I forgot. Any sticks? No. Okay, I got two birch planks. Make some sticks. I don't know what the dog's doing. I don't know what the dog is doing, man. But yeah, just this control of others, it really leads me to isolate I've said this before, but it really leads me to isolate myself from everyone. Social media also made this, I guess, terrible sense of self even worse. Because I always felt like compared to everyone on social media, you're definitely like not enough. Especially since people on social media only show, a lot of the time they only show their successes and never their failures behind it. So whenever you try something that someone on social media is doing, I don't know, lifting or something like that, your accomplishments become, I guess, I don't, dude, I'm so bad at describing these things, but your accomplishments become very it's just bad compared to other people on social media because social media people they post all their perfect things and when you look at your own accomplishments comparing it to theirs it's just puny and it feels like all your efforts were kind of wasted because you're not like the people on social media. People on social media only the perfection really shines through, not the failures. So people the people that get pushed into algorithms and stuff like that a lot of the time they're the best of all social media. Like if you're comparing it to his, then you're gonna feel bad because your physique is nowhere near his level. Your physique is probably nowhere near his level, especially if you're like starting out. That's what I tried to do. That's what I did before. I compared myself to people that were a lot greater than me, and it feels bad because compared to other people, And then when people ask you about, I guess, I don't know, how's your gym journey? And people will judge you because you're not looking like these steroid infused 15-year-olds that have perfect lean physiques, I guess. And when you're not like that, you feel bad about yourself again because you realize that you didn't put enough effort in. That's what at least relays through my mind whenever I get whenever my accomplishments, I guess, are um undermined. It's just other people can do things in faster time, so why are you trying right now? And I think I'm rambling on and 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 on. It just it never allowed me to have pride in my own accomplishments, knowing that someone was better than me, and knowing that other people don't care about my accomplishments compared to other people. Like, oh, I finally benched 135, dude. Some 13-year-old did that 5 years ago, man. Like nobody cares about your accomplishments, and then I feel bad. It sucks. Um, it's very, and it's also because I don't post on social media because of this. Like, maybe I don't have the perfect photo in the eyes of others, and while others are taking their best photos and putting it online and comparing myself to them, I don't feel good because people are just gonna judge the stuff that I post. Even though honestly, I don't even think they care that much. Why are there so many drowned over here, by the way? Honestly, I don't even think people care that much, but people might not care, but my mind just constantly tells me that they do, and that I'm not perfect, and I need to either give it up or try the hardest that I've ever tried in my life. And try the hardest that I've ever tried in my life usually never happens. I usually the end result of whatever comes from that um, plastic motivation is just a mediocre product because I didn't want to work as hard as I said that I would, and it just becomes everything I did just becomes mediocre. And it would have been better if I didn't overthink and put more effort into it, which is bad. It really dissuaded me from a lot of interests that I had in my life. I don't know, art, editing, stuff like that. Like editing, like making edits and stuff like that for characters and stuff. I was always, I never wanted to do it because, first of all, I wasn't going to be perfect. I wasn't going to, like, for sure, you're not going to be perfect if you start something first day, unless you're him or her. Sorry. Um, but unless you're crazy like that, nobody's gonna be perfect on their first try, and you constantly compare yourself to other people that are doing the same thing as you, and people are always better. And it's just like, why would you even keep? I've been talking about this for way too long. How long is this video, by the way? I need to check. 27. But yeah, it's this feeling of being judged is so annoying, and it drags you away from everything. And that's how I've been feeling for so much of my life, and it's really bad. It feels really bad. And I wish it could just go away, but it can't. There's always going to be this lingering feeling in my mind that I need to be better or I need to be smarter, stronger, I don't know, look better than this other person. And it never works out. 3M motivation never works out. It's a little ember that fizzles out within 10 minutes. Especially it's been a big root of my perfectionism because I've always felt that I needed to be perfect in order to get that validation from others. Like I said before, I wanted to be perfect for other people. I'm a gigantic people pleaser, but if I can't be perfect or make the perfect first impression, people are just going to judge me constantly, and I don't want that to happen. So, oh my god. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, watch this, watch this. I missed. I'm horrible at the game. Hold on. Yo, 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 yo! Y'all see that 2.5 hearts of damage? Are you crazy? Oh my god, what are they feeding these skeletons now? Jeez. Oh my god. The thing is, I wanted to get rid of this fear so bad, because literally, if you do something embarrassing in public that people will judge you for, honestly, they'll forget it within like 10 minutes. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter that much. And even if they bring it up again, it's going to maybe be one or two laughs, and it's not going to be anything bad. Especially the minuscule things, they're not going to be as significant. But I still stress over these things because I'm always worrying about the moment itself and how that goes. And even if I make one small imperfection in conversation or one do one stupid thing during class time, people are gonna forget that within one day. But in my mind, I'm gonna keep thinking about this. It's gonna keep lingering in my mind constantly for days, even weeks at a time. Like I should have done this, I should have done that, and think of I always think of ways or alternate scenarios that I could have made it much better than it was before, or I could have alleviated the scenario or made myself look cooler in front of people, but that's never going to happen because the event's already over. People have already forgotten about that. It doesn't really matter that much. And people aren't going to judge you for years or years on end unless you did something really stupid, which I'm not stupid enough to do. So, does it even matter? Does the stuff you do even matter? It really doesn't. And being around a bunch of a group of oh my God, I can't speak anymore. I've been speaking for like 30 minutes, it feels like. But being around a small like my small group of friends that I've made just made me realize that nobody really cares about your stupid actions. They'll forget about it eventually. It's not that big of a deal. It's not as big as a deal as maybe you think of it. Your mind thinks of it to be. Mine is so antagonizing because it blows things out of proportion so far that don't even matter really. They don't matter at all. Yet you're just yet you still want to, I don't know, change something that happened in the past, which you can't change. That's not possible. And it's important just not to dwell on these stupid moments in time that you're not going to be able to change. So dumb. Even if they do remember the stuff that you did, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And you're going to forget about it eventually too. Sometimes people wish they could wipe their memory from random things that happen. Maybe you'll remember that, but nobody cares, okay? Nobody really cares. That's what I've learned. Something stupid that you said in 8th grade isn't gonna matter now or cause you to lose a job or something like that. You're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. How did it get out of the pen? What? Ow. Well, honestly, that's the only wisdom I have. I'm not very good at this. And okay, last thing I want to end off with is just the fact that I made this YouTube channel knowing that I would get judged. Okay, I knew for a fact that I was gonna get judged even from day one. I knew that people were gonna judge me for what I did. People were gonna say mean things. People were gonna say bad things about my channel, bad things about me as a person, bad things about my experiences. But that's fine, because honestly, if I let the hate get to me, it's gonna do me more bad than good. I'm not gonna be able to change that. I know myself, and I know for a fact that I'm not gonna be able to change drastically from the stuff that I keep remembering constantly. And it's only gonna be a hindrance. So, if I kind of just forget about these judgments, then it's not gonna matter anymore what people think of me. All that's gonna matter is that I keep improving myself and I keep going, no matter what obstacles I face in my path. And that should be the mindset for you guys too, hopefully. Hopefully you find the courage to move past what other people think of you. And I mean, okay, of course it's important to note what people think of you, but you shouldn't stress about it too much. Sometimes even the small things are really not that big of a deal. Like it's okay to not know some stupid trend or be this exact not like be nonchalant or have aura. It's fine, dude. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because in the eyes of other people, you're still gonna be cool. You're still gonna be cool in some of the eyes of people, unless you touch kids or something like that. That's not cool. Fuck you if you do that. But yeah, it doesn't really matter, and that's kind of what I want to leave the video off with. I've been talking for a while now, so if you made it to the end, you're kind of a you're goated. See, I just said something really cringy, but this is not gonna matter in the next 3 years of my life. It's fine. It's fine. And this isn't gonna have cuts either, because I'm not afraid of my imperfections anymore. So, yeah, this is the world. Oh my God, that angle looks really bad. Hold on. I want to end off on a really good angle. That looks bad. That looks bad. My own mind is antagonizing me again. Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be right in the middle. Maybe I'll go right here. Yeah, so then I get all the good parts. I get all the good parts. Stand it off. Yep. Okay, don't let anybody tell you what you want to be, man. Just be yourself. Okay? Be yourself. Hope you guys at least found a little bit of comfort with my yapping. How long is this? Let me see. Oh my god, 35. This is gonna be a nightmare for people to watch. But anyways, um, dude, and also the support. I'm so grateful. That's gonna be my next video. Just gratitude, because it took me so long to think of this idea. Oh my god. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next video hopefully. I didn't do anything. I was walking around because I forgot that I was trying to build a house. So I'll get that done. The barn's not finished because I didn't know what to do, and I've made a little few details to this. Um, this will hopefully be half finished by the time I record my next video. So yeah, fear being judged again. Don't care. Alright, I'll see y'all next video. Thank you. Peace.